Good morning, grade 6. Okay, let's have now
Good
science 6.
morning.
Okay, with regards to your
Good
science
morning.
6, we already decided, right, last meeting, that we will not have the removal exam. Am I right? Well, definitely, if you're going to ask me with regards to your scores,
Yes.
it is really low. Okay, that is not my standard in science. We have standards to follow. That's the reason behind I want you to take again the removal exam. Right? We have standards to follow, and again, we are just focusing on homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. Okay? Those are just under characteristics of mixtures and a very simple topic. Okay? All you have to do is to understand how these mixtures are categorized, how these mixtures also are distinguished with each other, their characteristics. Okay? What are their characteristics? Those are just those the concepts or the science concept that we had discussed, right? The next lesson that we'll be tackling is all about separating mixtures. Okay, because we already have heterogeneous mixtures and homogeneous mixtures, let's take a look at how we can separate these mixtures and learn when we separate these mixtures, how can we use this in our daily lives? The usability, what else? The practical applications of these mixtures. Okay, we did done discussing separating mixtures with heterogeneous. Am I correct? Am I correct? We are done with
Yes.
separating
I wrote
mixtures.
notes about it.
Okay, you take down notes. So, sir, how can we
Yes.
take down notes in science? Okay, since science is more on terminologies, whether you like it or not, they are more on we are more on terminologies. You need to write down the terminology. Okay, if there's a need for you to research further the terminology, then do it. Okay, do advanced research. It's okay, and you can actually ask me in the class. Diba? I'm telling you, you can actually interrupt in the class. You can ask questions anytime related to the topic. Okay, sure. What if we will do advanced study? What if we will do advanced research before discussion? Yes, it is possible. Okay, I really like those. Okay, it is possible that you will do advanced study. Okay, and discuss it in our class. Can you still hear me? Can,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Where others are freezing? Villanueva, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Galanida, Rodel.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, how about Ashley? Okay, I thought you are actually freezing. So anyway, again, that's how we study science. Okay, apparently this is a skill for you to develop. All right. So let's continue with our discussion. Separating mixtures. Let's separating homogeneous mixtures. How can you separate homogeneous mixtures? Okay, let's have this one. Let me share my screen. Separating homogeneous mixtures. Can you see my shared screen now? Okay, can you see my shared screen? Okay, taking down notes, you get
Yes.
your science notebook and take down notes. Do you have your science notebook with you?
Can I get that? Yes.
All right, you get your science notebook. Are we all ready?
Yes, I have my book.
Okay. So separation by evaporation. Okay. In some coastal areas, okay, this is their livelihood actually. In some coastal areas, salt is harvested from seawater by letting the water evaporate. Large trays are filled with seawater, and just by leaving them under the sun, sea salt will be left in their trays or in the trays. Okay. This is how we create salt. Okay. This is your salt. The harvest is harvesting salt now from seawater. So how did we separate the mixture of salt and water? Okay.
Oh.
We did separate the mixture of salt and water by evaporation. Okay. We let the water evaporate, and left there is a clear rock salt. Right? It is now your salt just by drying. Okay, do you have any question with separation by evaporation? Question so far, grade 6?
No, teacher.
Let me go
What
back.
do they use to evaporate it?
So we need we use the evaporation method. Okay, the use of it is for us to separate water and salt. Any other question?
I
Any other question?
wait, hold on.
Huh?
Oh, okay, I was gonna ask how they separate the salt, but it's already in front of the screen.
Okay. Again, we separate water and salt by evaporation method. So we let water evaporate and let salt centigrade there or stay on ground or in their trays. That's how we create salt. Well, definitely. Who would? People living nearby coastal areas, and these are their livelihood. Creating salts are their livelihood. Okay. Let's move forward. Separation by centrifugation. Okay. Centrifugation. Are you familiar with centrifugation? Huh? It is a device that is actually rotating very, very fast. Okay. That's a centrifuge. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Getting sugar from a sugarcane juice is more complicated than getting salt from seawater because there are a lot of mixtures. There are a lot of components in a sugarcane. If you're gonna squeeze a sugarcane plant, okay, you will get a lot of solutes. You'll get a lot of components. Okay, evaporating water from sugarcane juices does not give you a white sugar at all. Why? But thick brown molasses. Okay, this molasses will have to be placed in a machine to be centrifuged or spun rapidly until the brown crystal are left behind. Getting white sugars from brown crystals require bleaching and washing sugars from some chemicals. Okay, this is your machine. Okay, another good example of centrifugation is when you have your laboratory procedure called CBC or complete blood count. Okay, after they collected enough blood samples, they will use a centrifuge to separate blood components. So let's take a look at this one. This is actually a centrifuge. Okay, as you can see, after they collected blood samples, they will use a centrifuge in order to separate different components of blood. That is the practical application. Remember that your blood is a homogeneous mixture. It's a homogeneous mixture, but it has a lot of components. We cannot identify them unless we use a centrifuge to separate the different blood component. Am I making this clear? Am I making this clear? Grade 6. Do you have
Yes.
any question?
Yes. No.
Okay. Next thing, the next topic that we will be discussing is about separation by distillation. Okay. Separation by distillation. Ethyl alcohol or ethanol, or your rubbing alcohol, which is just like this one. This is ethanol or ethyl alcohol. Okay. Is made of fermented extracts from different plant sources like sugar canes. And extracts from plant are basically solutions of alcohol or and other materials. Alcohol is separated from the solution through distillation process. Okay, alcohol and water boil at different temperatures or boiling points. Okay, 78 degrees Celsius for alcohol and 100 degrees centigrade for water. So heating the solution to 78%. Therefore, we'll boil out the alcohol from the water. So we can now separate because of their different boiling points. So again, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade. So if the temperature there reaches 100 degrees centigrade, therefore, it will actually let the water evaporate. Okay? But because the boiling point or the evaporation point of alcohol is 78 degrees centigrade or Celsius, so when the temperature reaches 78 degrees centigrade, you can now collect alcohol. That's how we separate water and alcohol. Okay. Below is the distillation setup. Evaporated alcohol goes to the long pipe called fractioning column and into the smaller condensation tube. Here, the vapor is cooled using running cold water, and the liquid alcohol drips into the collector vessel to the right, and the liquid alcohol is called distillate. Okay, the temperature should not reach 100 degrees centigrade, or else it will be mixed with water, or it will be mixed with other component. Will also evaporate and mix with alcohol vapor. So this is your setup. Okay, when you heat water and alcohol, it should be until 78 degrees Celsius. Okay. Otherwise, if you're gonna reach 100 degrees centigrade, your alcohol will be mixed up with water because the boiling point of water is 100 degrees centigrade. Okay. Let's discuss separation by rectification by next meeting. We're running out of time simply because our class now is shortened. Do you have any questions so far with the discussed topics?
No.
No.
Okay, let's continue the discussion by next meeting. All right. I think that will be all for today, class. Thank you for your participation, grade 6. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.